My hair is like magic, it defies gravity. My hair is versatile, it's natural and free. My hair is like music, hear the B-E-A-T. There's so many more words, but I can only choose 3. Somebody had said to me, like, your hair is your beauty, and I realised that I'm still beautiful without it. So I kind of was like, you know, like my mom and many other people who I've seen go through cancer and go through like chemotherapy and stuff like that have lost their hair, and like, does that mean that they're not beautiful? No, it doesn't. Like, so for me, when I shaved my hair the first time, because I've done it many times since, I realised that I was still the same person, I was still beautiful, and like my hair is an extension of me.
So my first word is redefining. My second word is liberating. And my third word is statement. Don't get me started. So this boy at school, I remember I had my weave, my 16-inch weave, and I had it down. I was like, guys, I think I might wear my natural hair for a bit. And this boy was like, oh no, you'd look less womanly. And I was like, oh no. And he was quite a good looking boy, and I was like, oh no, if he thinks I won't look womanly, maybe I won't be pretty, and the boys won't fancy me. Not that it's about boys fancying you, but that comment really impacted me. But once I shaved my hair, I felt more beautiful than I ever have had with hair. So that's why it's redefining for me, shaving my hair, because it redefined what beauty meant for me. I had to redefine myself as a person and what my hair meant. Yeah.
Proud, confident, myself.
Patience, consistency, and leave-in conditioner.
Natural hair to me is liberating and inspiring, not just for myself but for others. I want to be an inspiration for my daughter and my nieces and my cousins and other females out there who feel that they can't have natural hair and it looks good.
Basically, less is more. Your hair does not need a whole hullabaloo. It really just needs 4 products, a shampoo, a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner and an oil, and honestly you are good. So girls, guys, whoever, less is definitely more.
When my mum had straightened hair when I was young, I wanted it straightened, and then she went natural and I wanted it natural. And so now I feel like that's where she's going to get her first influence from, is me. And if I can kind of infuse her to keep her hair as natural as possible and not do too much and get crazy, diet and all that kind of stuff, cut it, but let's just stay away from the creamy crack. You know, and not because I don't love straightened hair, to be fair. If she wants to straighten her hair, that's what it is, you know, but I'd like to know that she saw me first as her influence, you know.
I got the whole ensemble, I got the red pom-poms and the red flowers and the red flower. You see how it's matchy matchy, baby boo. My hair. My hair. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes, you know. I hated it when my auntie would braid my hair because it hurt, but then I loved it when it's out in afro and it blows in the wind. Fabulous, honey.
I found that I've actually been really empowered in taking care of my own hair and loving my own hair, and as much as I do have a weave on, it's in a protective style, so that hopefully 2 years from now I will be rocking my own hair day to day.
So the most important thing I think I've learned about my hair is accepting it the way it is and not expecting it to be like anyone else's. Understanding that there's no such thing as good or bad hair. The hair that you're born with is good hair. And just taking time with it, being patient with it, not getting angry with it or rushing it, just taking my time with it and learning to love it.
Confidence, peace, and glamour.
Patience, acceptance, letting go. But it's so much a part of me now. It is almost like
my nose, my eyes. I don't want to cover it, I don't want to change it. It is exactly how I want to look, how I want to present myself to the world. And it is my internal crown that I want to wear everywhere I go.
So, my journey's been interesting because it's more kind of just health and really wanting to understand what is best for my head. And I went through the whole creamy crack, perm, all kinds of stuff, and my experience with my hair was that it was a bad thing, something that needed to be dealt with. And not just in my own home, but also in the industry that I work in. It just seemed like a problem that needed to be solved. And I really began to understand that as a God-created being, I am not a problem that needs to be solved. I am a creation that should be celebrated, and I think that's what I started to understand as I grew as a woman, that I am to be celebrated.
Retaining my length.
But yeah, it's also been a really authentic and unique journey for me, because I love fashion and I love playing with different styles, and how I dress, a lot of the time I dress like an English gent, but clearly my hair, it's an afro and it's a black, so I get to mix and blend and use my hair to still represent my identity and who I am, and still play and have fun and be creative and be authentic and unique, and that's the beauty of natural hair.
Process, fulfilling, powerful. Oh, yeah, I love experimenting, I love doing different things to my hair. I love how one day I put it in braids, one day I put it out, one day I have it in half braids and the rest of it out. I love how versatile my hair is, because, you know, I take care of it and I know that I can do many different things with it. So yeah. Do I look cute?
Okay, so when you think about sort of laziness and hope and the political sphere and where we live in the West as brown people, you can easily see how young brown girls can put so much effort and energy into these social media platforms where they're showing each other how best to be beautiful and like putting eyebrows on and contouring and in any essence still trying to achieve this traditional beauty aesthetic, but it's on the back of they've spent their whole entire lives being shown that they're not beautiful, that they're not enough. And it's not just because, you know, L'Oreal adverts are blonde ladies, Fairy Liquid adverts is the same white lady, the detergent advert, the advert for the school, they're all saying that anyone who's worth something in any space of time is not like you. And so now we've got a generation of girls who don't know anything other than to show how beautiful that they possibly can be. And I really hope that they can not only put it on their face, but embrace the fullness of who they actually are, because it's not necessary, and we need to show the next generation that, yeah, you're beautiful, but guess what? You're also beautiful without that. You can be beautiful in your authentic self. Who doesn't want to put a little bit of lip on or a little brow, but don't try and hide who you are. And that's why when I wake up every day and I'm wearing my natural hair, it's a reminder of myself of who I authentically am. This is me.
Pride, confidence, beautiful.
My 3 words are growth, protective styles, and my 3rd word was secondary, because I'm a new mum, and the hair, not that it was, well, no, it did. I think when I was transitioning, it became really important, and it was one of the first things on my mind, I suppose. When I thought about my beauty again, it was, I suppose, reassessing my beauty, having natural hair, having come from having relaxed hair. So it was something that probably was primarily on my mind, in terms of, like I said, sort of getting myself ready and being my beauty. But now, having been a new mum, it's down there in the list of things. My afro hair, it gets covered up in the protective style quite often, because it's just not, I just don't have the time, unfortunately, spend time worrying about hairstyles and trying out new products and all of the fun stuff that I was doing, I suppose, when I was first judged.
So I remember when I first went natural, I reached out to bloggers and people that made videos on YouTube, and I was just trying to get advice and tips and help on how to look after my hair. And I remember the replies being really sort of shallow and not very helpful. And I became a bit resentful because it kind of felt like, okay, you've already got it figured out. People are reaching out to you to get to where you're at, and you're not willing to help. And I realized now that it's been a few years for me that this really is a personal journey. And the word journey sounds cliche, but that's exactly what it is. You've got to figure it out yourself. It's trial and error. You just got to see what works. You've got to find out what works for you. Other people can't recommend products because what works for someone else isn't going to work for you. It's all about that. And once you figure that out, I think it becomes easy from that point onwards.
My new normal.